Hey there guys, we're 1 year in, well just about 1 year in. Today we're going to discuss the truth about solar systems. Our system has been in well, we started the process about a year ago. And as you can see right now, it's pretty cloudy. This is about what the Oregon winters look like, other than, usually it's rain and snow also, but this is about the best winter weather you're going to get right here. It's mid-April. So let's get on with our story. So about a year ago, we decided we're getting close to retirement age, and being able to afford to pay electric after we retire is just, our electric bill averaged about $450 a month. Our house is all electric everything. We do have a pellet stove that is in the main living area that does really good, but even with that pellet stove, our average bill was average for the year, average out about $440-ish. So we decided, okay, well, we need a new roof. So we took out a home equity loan, paid off our car loan, put on the new roof, and bought the solar system. The solar system is 18,000 watts, and 18,000 watt inverter with 5 100 amp 48 volt batteries. And that system cost me $22,000. I put it all in myself, which we have videos on our playlist of the whole system. The re-roofing, putting the brackets in the roof, everything's on our playlist. So we got our home equity loan, and the reason why we did that, a lot of people say, oh, why the heck did you add time to your home equity loan? Well, if I'm paying average $450-ish, we'll say $450 a month for the electric bill, and then paying, a car payment, I could take the car payment, take the electric bill, put them together, and pay this loan off in about 6 years. And a year into it now, it looks like that's what it's going to pencil out, maybe 5.5 years. For us just taking our money that we're already spending, or we were already spending on our bills for the electric and the car, and it's tax write-off that way. You can write it all off taxes. That was another huge benefit. When our taxes this year, we got a pretty good rebate because of this solar system. Anyway, so that's what we did about a year ago. So after installing it all, which we got it all done probably in June, I think. So it was the best time of the year. We ran air conditioners and, window air conditioners, because we don't have a heat pump. We're all cadet wall heaters in all the rooms, and then the pellet stove. But we ran, and, we have a pump, we have a hot tub. All that stuff is on the solar. Actually, let me rewind that. The only thing that is not on our solar system is the oven in the kitchen, the oven in the range, the dishwasher, because we run that at night, and then the dryer, the clothes dryer. That's really the only and a cadet wall heater in one of the bedrooms, and the three in the main living area. Those wall cadet heaters I left on PG because we have the pellet stove that runs everything. So why stress out that panel? So yeah, those are the only things that are not on our solar system. The hot tub is, the well pump is, everything. The shop, everything is on the solar system. So like I said, I did all the work. It cost $22,000, and then maybe a month's worth of labor here and there of doing stuff. The roof was the hardest part, obviously. Hired a roofer to help me, and then to put all these brackets in the actual roof. Anyway, so we did this. Our bill in the summer, running air conditioners in 3 air conditioners in the windows, we had power to give away. I could have ran extension cord up to the neighbor's house and powered his air conditioners. We had way more power than we needed in the summer. And our bill in the summer, electric bill, was like $50. That's only because the oven, you're running the oven and the dishwasher at night. And basically we ran the dishwasher. Doesn't take much. Well, it does take some, but it's basically runs at night. Usually we run it when we go to bed. So it's not like we want it to drain the batteries in the winter. So about $50 a month for electric bill in the summer. And then coming into like October, when the weather starts turning like this, cloudy, and it jumped up to about $120, which is still like, wow, that's great. And then in through, I think January is when we had our snowstorm, and you didn't get any production out of these for about a week and a half, and because they were covered with snow and ice. That month, our bill, and mother-in-law was here, and her room is one of the rooms that has the wall cadet heater, and the bill jumped up to 400 or 380 for that month. And then the next month it dropped back down to 160, and now we're into, and then into March, I think it was January was when that was so high. So in March we had I think about $180, and then April, which is now, we just paid $140. So coming into spring, this week is supposed to be sunny all week, so I probably won't pay anything but the oven. You know, it all depends also on how much cooking is being done. You know, Thanksgiving and that time of year when the oven's going nonstop, bacon and whatnot, that, you know, that ran up the PG bill a little bit. Anyway, for the most part, I am sold on what we did here. When you can consider that we took the money that we were already spending and we got a new roof out of it. And this is the bids on this roof were about $14,000. Average about $14,000 for us to have somebody do it. And that we ended up paying 11, I think, with the help I had, and then buying the material. And then paying the car off, and then buying the solar system. The one thing I wish I would have done is I wish I would have taken half of this and did it back to a net metering on a switch. So in the summer I could feed half of it back into net metering to the company, to the commercial power company. I got credit for power, because like I said, in the summer we have way more than we can use. In the winter, you know, it all depends on what the weather's doing, obviously. We have a hybrid system, so in the winter right now, if it's like this, and we have our hot tub on economy mode, so it runs twice a day. Every 12 hours it runs for an hour, or 2 hours. So basically, if we use more than what the batteries or what the solar system can charge those batteries, the hybrid inverter will kick into commercial power and start charging those batteries until they're full, which is a great way to go. And then when we ran out of power during that snowstorm, I just plugged a generator into a 48-volt battery charger. I was able to charge the batteries up during the day, so we never actually ran out of solar power per se. It wasn't solar power, but it was battery backup power, because I ran that generator and charged the batteries up with that, and it didn't take, you know, just a 2,000 watt Predator generator to do it. So a gallon of gas, $5 worth of, or $4 worth of gas, you know, lasts 8 hours in that thing, and then charge the batteries in about 5.5 hours. So anyway, very happy with what we did. I would take half of these panels. We have 32 panels. There's actually 30 here. I need to add 2 more because these 6 right here are on, I didn't have room to put the next row in. So those 6 are one set, but there's 3 sets of 8 and 1 set of 6. And I'm going to take and put 2 over here, which is morning sun on that roof, and then tie them into this set right here and make them so there's 4 sets of 8. But I would love to have taken and made a switch to convert in the summertime half of these into net metering, to get a credit on our commercial power bill, which I still might do. I mean, it wouldn't be hard. Just, you know, go through it, get the permit, and call the company and have them okay it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, guys, that's about it. I am very happy with the system. I won't say it's free power. It'll be free power in 7 years. But right now, if paying that loan off, like I said, which is a tax write-off. It's definitely the way to go about doing it, is to get that home equity loan and buy everything, pay off your cars, do whatever you want to do. Like I said, for us, we paid off the car and got a new roof, and the solar system, and it's tax write-off and good to go. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Like I said, on our playlists, we do have this whole install system put in there, and we also built a water wheel, which we were going to tie into the solar system, which it is tied in, but I just can't get the wheel to spin fast enough to create much more than like 40 watts, which isn't nothing. I mean, these panels, when they're up and the sun's going, these panels are putting out about 17,000 watts per hour into those batteries, so it charges those batteries really quick. Anyway, guys, it's starting to drizzle here, so I'm going to get off this roof. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to do a quick little rundown of our system here. Our 5 48 volt batteries. This is our charger that I use. So when we have no commercial power, this charger I can plug into a generator and it does 48 volts, and this can charge these batteries. It works really well. It's like right now, this commercial power is charging these batteries. You can see right here they're barely running, but now that the solar's up and running, I can come over here, shut the breaker off, turn the breaker back on, and now the system will just let the solar slowly charge these. And right now the system, solar wise, is producing, well, that one's producing 4.8 amps, 268 watts. So as soon as the sun comes out, these will kick in. Anyway, this is the 6, the one that has 6 panels on it. This one has 8. This one has 8. So like I said, when the sun's out, that 273 will jump up to a lot. Well, it can go as high as, this one can go 8 times 550 watts is what each one of these is hooked up to. I think it's 4,800 watts is what the max at this that I pump into this. This will take 5,200 watts and 250 volts. So the panels, these 8 panels right now, are pumping out 158 volts DC power, and then it's actually converting it down to 53 volts out to the batteries, and 5.11 amps right now pumping through, going into the bus bar, down into the bars to charge these batteries. So if I get my little tester, combined DC power, we're pumping 21 amps, 22 amps of power into these batteries at 48 volts or 54 volts or whatever it was, 53 volts into these batteries to charge these batteries, this battery bank. And that's basically, that is all of these combined. But when this is actually, sun's out and running, that number could be up in the 220 amps. I mean, it gets pretty high. Each one of these can pump out 100 amps. So basically when you come out of these, wiring these, you got to wire for the maximum amount. So this is 2-watt wire feeding this battery bank. And then, anyway, so our lines come down from the roof. That's 4 sets of PV wire going at each one of these. Each one of them has a shut-off switch. This one here actually has a 3-way switch, because this is where the water wheel comes in. This is 3-phase AC power line, number 8. It's going 300 feet, and it goes into this rectifier, which converts the 3-phase AC to DC, goes into a breaker just to shut it off, and then down into this switch, and then into this charge controller. Charge controllers limit, once the batteries are full, these notice that, and they basically shut off the output. So basically all that DC power coming in, these say, well, batteries are full, and it stops. When the batteries get low, it puts it into it. If the batteries are totally full and you're using, and the hot tub kicks on, and let's say the hot tub's pulling 20 amps of DC power up there, this is the input into the inverter. These will basically one of them will kick on and pump out 20 amps to keep these batteries full. These are about $500 a piece. So yes, they're spendy, but they work great. Just make sure you have a gap around so they can breathe out the top, because in the summertime they will get not hot, but they will get warm. And then obviously out of this you have a hot, a 110 hot, a 110 hot, the neutral, the chassis ground. Those 3 wires go over and feed this panel. Excuse me, which is the solar panel. The solar panel, electrical panel. This is the commercial power. So out of the commercial power, you have 2 wires that come in. You have a 110 and a 110, which is feeding. So when the batteries get low and this built-in charger inside this inverter kicks in, it pulls power from there and it releases power straight out to these. So basically it brings power in, it runs the charger, which comes out backwards through all these and charges the batteries, but it also shorts across the bars and puts power out to this panel. So on the incoming into this, you don't run a neutral into it. Out of the commercial power, it's on this inverter, it is just a 110 and a 110, no neutral, and then the chassis ground coming in from the earth ground where they're all grounded together. I have had no problems whatsoever with this machine. Like I said, it's been running nonstop for a year. It just works. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching again. Have a great day. Oh, we're up to 29 amps now. We were at 21 when we turned this on a minute ago. So the sun must be burning through those clouds a tiny bit. But like I said, this can get up to 200. I think I've seen it as high as like 240, 250 or something like that. And then these wires, they're a little warm, not hot at all, just warm because they're big enough to handle it. And then all these obviously are smaller because it's just one load going into those. But these are much bigger going in, and I doubled these up because when this thing gets kicking, you can be pulling a lot of power, DC power, up into here. DC power takes bigger wire than AC power. So anyway, I doubled these up, and it helped a lot, because before I just had these 2-aught wires, and I mean they're only 5 feet long, 6 feet long, and when this thing would kick in and get up to about 70% of what it can do, these were getting I wouldn't say hot, but they were like, I'm not comfortable with that. So I ran these extra lines, these smaller lines, stuff that I already had, and it reduced the heat on it, because I mean it's the same, it's equivalent to 2 wires. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.